Right, that should probably have reset the connection, I hope. I hope. Why am I watching my own stream in 360p? I will never know. Okay. It looks like it came back quickly enough, which is good, because it's still loading. Yeah, I need to get SMG working again. I have a program on my computer that is a plugin for OBS that effectively what it does when I'm playing music, it'll like scroll now playing, and you can choose like your output source. In that case, that would have been YouTube, but I've also got a pretty big like game soundtrack collection. So right, I've also got some chocolate because yeah, right. Oh, okay. Let's start the game and then. How far away? I wanted something like that for my streams. Yeah, I'm gonna make it. I really need to put my Discord out publicly. Okay, that doesn't look like as bad delay, but yeah, I'll put it up in my Discord. It's an older version because they updated it, and they updated it so far that you now have to pay for it. But the one I've got is an older version that's still free. So yeah, thank God for BitHub. GitHub. I don't think I've got anything that I can use those points on though. Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything I can use. Oh no, I can put them on the. No, I can't. I don't have enough points for anything. All right, so everything here is now dead. Thank God for that. Right. Yeah. Once the stream's over, I'll send you an invite to the Discord, so you can. So yeah, when I put that up, you'll be able to use it. And what I'll try and do is make a tutorial for it as well, because it's not as it definitely could be more intuitive for what it is. Like, it's very simple to run, but it's also a pain in the ass because there's a few. No, ad break. Okay, I can wait. Okay, I think that should be back. I think. I really need to sort out the ad break thing. You see, I'm meant to get a notification when there's going to be an ad. But yeah, I'm definitely putting out a thing that says if you're watching my streams, use an ad blocker. Yeah, I don't know if you heard everything I said, but what I'm going to do is I'll put it up in the Discord, and I'll also like create a small tutorial for how to use it, because it's good, but it's not the most intuitive thing in the world. So yeah, that way everybody can use it, and everybody will know how to use it. I need water. Hold on. There you go. I just noticed I'm getting acid reflux for the air. Yeah, actually what I could do while we're on stream is I could set it up and have a quick pop at it. It's been a while since I've used it, so I do apologise in advance if it sucks. Installers, and it should be under... do I still have it at all? SMG for OBS. Okay, hold on. Yeah, it should work for Streamlabs as well. I'm pretty sure. Why do I still have a Fraps installer? I haven't used Fraps since Windows 10 broke it. GPU Z handbrake. Oh, don't tell me I deleted it. Unless it's in a different folder. It could be under... Since we... Yeah, no, I used to use Fraps all the time because obviously when I start... well, it's actually really not obvious. But when I started doing content creation, I was just making videos online. And I really don't have it anymore. Okay, I'll just have to get it again. But yeah, I was using Fraps all the time, and then I upgraded to Windows 10 because somebody said, oh yeah, it's great. And yeah, Fraps just didn't work anymore. So yeah, I was deeply upset by that, but it was around that time I started using OBS as an alternative, and it's... I would say at the start it wasn't anywhere near as good, but I'd kind of be lying because OBS uses a lot less system resources to record like gameplay, which is like a net positive. So yeah. But yeah, I'll have to re-download SMG because I don't seem to have the binary anymore for it. But it won't be hard to find. It's probably just on one of the external drives that I've forgotten I own or something. I've got so many of them. Right, anyway, we're down here. Is there anything on here? That's what I heard, and more customization over Streamlabs. Yeah, like I'm trying to avoid using Streamlabs for as long as possible. I don't know if you've seen any of my posts on Twitter about it, but I expect to get bot raided one day. So like I'm trying to avoid that because on Streamlabs it's harder to manage that kind of thing, whereas on OBS I don't really have... it doesn't have the same pop-ups. So... Oh no, oh wait, hold on, what was I saying? Hey Me Too. Shit, what was I saying that elicited a response to Hey Me Too? Oh, expecting to get bot raided. Yeah, no, it's because when I was sort of very new in the VTubing community, I got blamed for bot raiding somebody's channel. Like, baselessly blamed for doing that. And, yeah, so I just, hold on. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, so I just assume it's going to happen to me one day, where somebody is, that same person is going to run a bot raid against me. So yeah. Oh, really? I'm not being followed on Twitter? It's alright. Like, I only found out the other day, so I keep a list of all the people who follow me on here and on, like, well, it's exclusively on here, and obviously now that I can be subscribed to, like, people who subscribe to me as well. Because I plan to do stuff in future specifically for the people who, you know, sort of followed me and made becoming affiliate and, like, basically successful possible. And there's, it's just, I mean, I don't think it's really, I don't think it counts as, like, shouting somebody out specifically, but there's a fellow VTuber called Jace who has been following me on here for fucking ages, and only recently did he actually follow me on Twitter as well, and I was like, hold on, we've known each other how long, and you haven't been following me on Twitter in all that time? So yeah, I'm not particularly concerned with Twitter. It's like, I mean, obviously I use it as my main platform for this, which comes in handy. I need to set. There was a bot I used to have that oh dear. And what it did was when I go live, it will post a notification on there. But I need to find that again because it automates the process. I don't know if it also works for Punchy Time. Oh bollocks! Come back here. Fuck. Where is it? Bitch. Yeah, so I'm going to try and find additional bots for the Discord and stuff like that as well. Because I feel like it's something that, like, it's just one of those, it's like on here where I've got the notification thing when somebody follows now. I think it's one of those things that just sort of makes you look slightly more professional. And since I at least have to pretend to be slightly more professional now that I'm affiliate, it's one of those things that is like, I could get that, I could make that work. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Oh, maybe not. I'm good. That gave me a lot of health. Okay. Stay away from me. Right, are there any more out here right now? But yeah, I'm gonna really start sort of working on making stuff look like a real Twitch channel. I've got this sort of ridiculous perfectionist sort of mindset, whereas if I'm doing something, I have to be able to do it as well as like people 10 times my size, otherwise I don't feel like I'm validating it. With my InfoSec content, I upset bad people all the time, so I expect a bot raid and things on stream for that. Yeah, like, it was just sort of a really fucked up situation when I wasn't, like, experienced enough in the community to really know how to deal with it properly. So, yeah, it just really fucking sucked, basically. Oh, fuck. What hit me? Something hit me from behind as well. But yeah, I'm getting a lot smarter. I'm getting smart very, very quickly when it comes to, like, I don't know, what might be considered as the proper way to communicate with people, and like avoiding specific types of interactions. I think that's probably a good way to word that. Oh, hello. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where, like, I've been making like videos on the internet for about a decade. Since I was living in, where was I living when I started? It would be probably Welling, so we're looking at 2012, 2013, sometime around there. So yeah, about 9-10 years. Oh, I didn't even read the note. I didn't even read what I'm meant to be doing. Oh, it's just a time trial, I think. Fuck. Oh, my double jump is disabled here. It took a while to realise they have a whole team and company backing. Yikes. Oh, when I first looked into VTubing, I was like, Thank you for that, Mindful. You see why I've added a bit cost for that one specifically? Because holy fuck. Like, when I took my headphone, like, you could probably hear it through my headphones as well. But I could hear it through my headphones as well. I need to change the volume on that, because fuck, that's loud. Oh. Oh. How you doing, Mindful? Hold on, let me, No, I tried to find the most obnoxious one possible. Fuck, that hurt. Like, I mean, in a Doom game, you can expect screaming like that. When I first looked into VTubing, I was like, I want to be as good as VShojo and HoloLive. Took a while to realise they had. Oh right, yeah, I see what you mean now. Yeah, I think the one you meant was like the nerd. That fucking hurt my ears. Hold on, let me turn that down because holy fuck. Yeah, it was for me like part of my quote unquote lore. It's in my bio. The bit where I'm trapped in cyberspace actually came because Project Melody is one of the main reasons I got into VTubing. And so I think she's VShojo. What's the other one? HoloLive. The only thing I know about HoloLive is Korone. Yeah, so I sort of, yeah. I still watch her, like, every time her stream's on. Like, well, I end up usually falling asleep to her streams, but still. It's just a shame, like, I probably shouldn't say it this way, but it's just a shame she's not, like, wholesome. Except when she's playing games, like, because she has the whole Chatterbait side thing, which is cool and all that, and I support that, but still. Like, that's why I have, so I've got a list, which is, like, my 5 favorite female, VTubers, and my 5 favorite male ones. And, but then there's, like, 3 that are 0 place, and that's, Aichan, Melody, and Sunachu, who we'll probably be raiding into afterwards, by the way. Because Aichan was the first VTuber, and then you've got Melody, who like basically just destroyed the entire. Because she was the first one to come onto Chatterbait and basically annoyed everybody for being like, yeah, like she really did. Like she came into it by basically being like the first lewd tuber, and like everybody on Chatterbait immediately lost their shit because it's like, oh well, she's only a virtual girl, she doesn't do as much as we do, and it's like, are you kidding me? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, she fucking destroyed everything. But I love that about her. She's very, very influential. Just driving home, so I'll be lurking. No problem, Mindful. Have fun lurking. But yeah, I've always sort of followed people who are kind of like that. Like, Total Biscuit is the reason I got into content creation. He was a British YouTuber. And like, yeah, he got invited to join the game station, which later on became Polaris. And in his time there, like, he basically turned everything over and basically made the game station a household name. Like, people who like can just go into a place and do that kind of thing are so fucking impressive. But then again, it takes a lot of work, and that's the thing is, I want to be able to put that kind of work into what I'm doing. It's why by the end, like when I've got my own place, I will be streaming like 8 to 10 hours a day, every single day. I'm going to, you know, really put the work in. Like, I mean, I'm gonna be obviously putting quite a lot of the work in while I'm here, but I'm limited in like the times I can stream. Like, I can only really stream between about 7 AM and about 2 in the afternoon, because that's when this house is empty. and then like but yeah, like when I've got my own place, I'll be able to do whatever I want. Who knows, I might I really, that's the thing is, there is a bigger VTuber that I do still talk to quite regularly. Streaming for me is very difficult as far as timing and empty house. Yeah, I mean, before I was living here, I was living in literally, I don't think you're UK, are you, Ak? I don't know if people who aren't UK would understand the concept of a house of multiple occupancy. But over here we have a house of multiple occupancy, which is like a landlord will own say, like for example, the last one was a 6-bedroom house, and like with shared amenities, and it's a way of basically living relatively cheaply. And I started streaming while I was there, and like there was always arguments. I lived with drunk people who were drunks and people who did a lot of drugs, and it was just always noisy, and so I had to stream between 9 o'clock and midnight, right? Because those were the 3 hours in the house where there was basically no fucking noise. And I actually got really far. I was very close to old style affiliate, which was a lot higher. Like I think Twitch have reduced how much it takes to get to affiliate. Not that I'm saying that's a bad thing, because obviously, you know, it means I managed to hit it. But cool. But like, yeah, I was very, I was very close to old style affiliate, but I had to shut it down because I just couldn't stream as much as I wanted to, or be as noisy as I wanted to. And when you're playing video games, especially if you're doing stuff like, well, stuff like this, you kind of want to be able to either be loud or, what the fuck are you? Or like interact with your audience. And if you can't do those two things, then you sort of, it's like an indirect nerf to your ability to stream. I didn't even see that second one. That's not good. Yeah, that's it. Like, the worst one was, I played, one of the first games I streamed was Nier Replicant, because I got it on pre-order. And there's I don't know if you've ever played that, but I'm a big fan of both the Nier games, so, you know, it's sort of what I wanted to do most. So when that game got fucking remastered, I wanted to stream that, and I did. I spent a week, like every day, just streaming that game. And there was one scene in it where you're on your way to you're going through the Shadow Lord's castle, and the King of Facade shows up, and like there's this big shade boar thing that just won't fucking die and keeps regenerating his health. And the King of Facade shows up and he's like, "You guys go on, we're gonna fuck this boar." Anyway, like you get a cut scene later on where it's just him left, and the boar charges at him and he kills it. And I just wanted to cheer because it's like he gets the best death in that whole game. You know what I mean? Like, I really wanted to celebrate that moment, but because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, I was like, oh, I can't make the amount of noise necessary for this to, for people to understand that I really felt the impact of that scene. And yeah, so that was fucking disappointing. Like, I had to go. But yeah, like, you're indirectly nerfing yourself if you don't have your own place when streaming. It just makes it that much harder. Yeah, exactly. It just sort of it makes it hard to express everything you want to express. Like, for example, even here, like, if I swear too much, then I'll probably get complaints. Like, this isn't a shared house like that one was, but this is I don't know if masonettes are even a thing in America, but it's like a house, but they have like 2 floors. and we're on the bottom floor. So if the lady upstairs hears me shouting too much, or if I was going to scream, then I couldn't really do it because, like, she'd probably think I'm being murdered or something. But yeah, I'm thinking like maybe like once I'm a bit more established, because what I want to do is I want to run like I want to do subathon. But the thing is I'm being like, because I'm basically, you know, still new, and I have only been affiliate for like 5 minutes. Like, I don't want to run one because I don't know how people would see that. But like, it's sort of one of those things where like, if I could run, once I get to the point where I can, like, I can go to myself, okay, I've come this far, I can now run a subathon, you know, and I can put a lot of whatever I make out of that to, you know, sort of, you know, it just adds to the amount of money that I could already be saving for moving. Would kill for my own office space. My setup is right outside the living room, so the heavy traffic part of the house, and with work I am on call 24/7. I mean, that's the same here. Like, effectively, so this house has one bedroom, and I'm in the living room. The front door connects to the living room where I am, and then you've got sort of a shared space, and then their bedroom, and then the kitchen, sort of whatever. Right now, the problem is I literally sleep on a sofa bed. Right, I was only meant to be staying here for like 3 or 4 months in order to save up some money to move out, but because of stuff like COVID and that, and then I lost my job, and you know, all this kind of shit, because they didn't. The thing is they furloughed me, but they didn't bring me back after it. Like, they were just sort of like, well, you know, can't afford to take you back on now, and I was like, well, I guess I'll just go fuck myself then. You know, I don't care that I lost my job. I fucking hated it. It just sucks that they sort of said, yeah, you know, there'll still be a job here for you, and then after lockdown there fucking wasn't. So, you know, I mean, but saying that, it allows me to, you know, get on with streaming. Like, if I can make something, like if I can make anything out of streaming, then that's, you know, that's fucking great. I don't. I'm sort of on the barrels. Not the barrels. What the fuck does that mean? I'm sort of on the line of, I don't care to admitting that I'm mainly in content creation to any amount of money I make out of it effectively improves my lot in life. You know, like if I can find a way to get paid for playing video games, then I'm gonna fucking do it. You know, when I was growing up, right, my mum used to say to me, find something you love doing and then find a way to get paid to do it. Right, I love video games. Affiliate is the way to get paid to do it. It's just getting sort of the audience for it, and I'm slowly working on that. I was talking to my buddy Alex about it a couple of weeks ago, and I was just sort of saying, look, your first, 100 followers is probably the hardest 100 you'll ever get. Because after, what the fuck, oh, okay. Because after the first 100, like, you can then sort of start, you know, saying to other people, let's collab. You know, you can, you know, like, it's just one of those things, you know, it just improves, your odds of getting a bit further. It's like everything, I suppose, realistically. Like, you know, they say about, you know, your first million is the hardest. I've never made £1 million, and I'll probably never see £1 million, but... Well, I like to be transparent with my reasons for doing this, because they're not as sunshine and rainbows as a lot of people's. Like, a lot of people will say they're only in it to entertain others, which is completely fine, understandable. I know a lot of people who do, like, that is their genuine, you know, what's it called? You know, people who've got day jobs and stuff. But with the way I am, getting a proper job is fucking difficult, and so I would prefer to do something that I enjoy doing, and, you know, like, I can, I can do, because there's a lot of jobs I just plain can't do. Money should be a driving factor for content creators. It's working a lot of it. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Do you remember on Twitter a while ago there was this big to-do about people who were saying about, you know, how the difference between like a £10 model and a, you know, like a £1,000 like rigged model and all the, you know, all the gubbins and stuff. The thing is like they could have a £10 PNG that they VTube with, but that doesn't factor in the cost of their computer. Because, like, oh dear. What? 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 What just happened to me? Yeah, they don't factor in the cost of their gaming computer because it's not the same as a regular computer. You know, there are things you've got to have. Like, you can't. So you can run a regular computer on 8 gig of RAM. They say you can run Windows 10 on 8 gig of RAM, but that's bullshit. And there are graphs I've got that can prove that, right? Because it runs almost all of it. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, like, I mean, I'm using a Kingston HyperX Quadcast mic, which is about 100 quid. I've got, actually, this is a Project Scorpio controller, so I shouldn't really say that, but it's an Xbox One controller for games like this. You know, like, you've got to have a mic, a webcam. If you're doing a model, like at the moment mine isn't on, I could put it on, but at the moment I'm not because I don't want my computer to fuck me. The cost of games you're playing, you know, everything needs to be factored in, but a lot of people just choose to ignore that there are other things that you need to take into consideration. Now, I'm somebody who's been extremely poor for most of my entire life. So when it comes to people talking about how cheap something is, it's like I have to double take and just go, yeah, it might be cheap, but like if you've got something behind you, if you saved before, like if you had any money behind you before you started doing it, then you've already got a leg up on a lot of people who are doing it. And I'm not saying it to have a go at people who like are, you know, less financially incapable, should I say? Because I will agree that yeah, I mean that's the thing as well. Families, you know, like I'm lucky that I mean all my all my siblings are. My youngest sibling is now 22. Oh. I'll wait until somebody says back and then I'll continue to rant. God damn, what the fuck are these ads? Oh, Windows 11 ad. Gross. Wait, Bic make razors? Like, good razors? That seems like heresy. Oh, I just saw Alistair pop up. Okay, well, alright, that's fine. What was I saying? Oh, right, yeah, so my youngest sibling is now 22 years old, right, and we're all sort of very spread out across the UK. I'm effectively quite lucky in that I don't have to support them, but at the same time, being on in the UK, we've got universal credit, which I'm unfortunately on. Like there are some benefits to it, but it mostly sucks. But like I get paid once a month on that, and then like Most of it goes to my mum and her husband who are letting me live here, you know, towards bills and shit, because I don't want to just be a, you know, a deadbeat playing video games. And then the rest goes on to, I've got a lot of repayments to make on things. Like, getting some of the parts for this computer was not cheap and put me into some debt. Which, yeah, I'll own up to. That was not a smart decision. Because obviously if I fail with this, then it's, you know, it's fucked me right up. Well, not really fucked me right up. Like, there's a lot of time to pay it off, so it's fine. But it's just one of those things where, like, I really feel bad for people. Like, no, that's not the right way to put what I'm trying to say there. Get down here. Like, I sympathise with people who have got other like real expenditure in life. Like, I don't consider most things I spend money on as real expenditure in comparison to, like, being responsible enough to care for a family. Like, that's crazy levels of responsible. Are they all gone? There's still danger music, but that just might be because it's Doom. What? Yeah, no, I completely understand that. Like, it's... I hate using the term responsible adult because I don't deserve to really use that phrase at all. But it's, just before you showed up, I was showing Ak my... actually, I'll show you as well. I think... Oh, what was that? Well, I think you came in just as I was showing Ak. This is my computer. Right, this is all the parts that make up my computer. Right, these hard drives, this is a broken hard drive. It clicks, and that means it's probably dying. These are at least a decade old. My SSD is about a decade old. The newest part in this is this, and it doesn't even do what I want it to. I'm still running a 1080 because I could afford it like 6 or 7 years ago. I haven't upgraded my cooler for the new motherboard and processor. Like, this processor, this, and this was what I put myself into debt for. This board I bought at a very, very cheap discount. Like, it's just prioritizing, really. But there were some things that I wanted, and the best way for me to explain it realistically, right, is I collected Yu-Gi-Oh cards for years, right? And I love collecting... What the fuck? I love collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but the thing is when I need to make money up, I have to sell them. Like, if there's things I want, then I will have to... Like, if there's something I want more than cardboard, then I will have to go and sell things I actually, you know, put effort into getting, in order to get other things that are more likely to sort of improve my lot in life effectively. And that fucking sucks. Like, I tried explaining it to my to my mum and her husband at one point. You know, like when I said to them, I want to get a 30 series graphics card by Christmas. You know, I don't want anything for my birthday. I don't want anything for Christmas. Can you just please put some money aside and, you know, let me add my own money to it and then get me those instead, right? And I worked out that by Christmas, what month are we now? September. I might only have £300 saved up, so I'm definitely not getting a 3080. I might be lucky to get a 3070 if prices keep dropping, but that's after 3 months of saving and not getting anything for a birthday and Christmas present, which I really shouldn't be whining about because I'm 30 fucking years old. You know, like, it's one of those things, whereas if it helps with this, then I'm willing to, you know, sacrifice a lot to get that. And I mean, that's the thing is, I'd have to sell entire decks. I'd have to... Oh, fuck off. I'd have to sacrifice a big part of my social life in order to be able to have a better shot at doing this. Because most of my social life is predicated on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. And that's really sad for someone my age. But yeah, no, it pisses me off because my friend who helped me build this, like, he's probably the only person I know who's better with computers than I am. Like, he's always like, oh yeah, maybe you should get, because he wanted me to get Trident, what was the fucking RAM he wanted? What was it? The RGB one. Trident X. RGB Trident X. Was it HyperX? HyperX Trident? No, I don't think it was HyperX. But whatever it was, right? Anyway, he was recommending it. And it's like, yeah, but that's like £200 a kit for 32 gig. Right? And that's almost exclusively because it's got lights on it. Right? And it's like, he works for a living. You know? And it's like, I can't afford that. It's like he keeps going on about getting new hard drives for my computer, and I'm like, do you know how much a hard drive is, dude? Like, I wouldn't need the world's biggest ones, but even a terabyte is like 40 to 70 quid, depending on the condition of the drive. You know, like, where the fuck am I going to get 40 to 70 quid from? And I need like 10, because all of mine are dying. Well, I can actually, hold on. Let me bring up Crystal Disk. I'm just turning this into a trauma dumping stream. Crystal Disk info, right? Yeah, it's expensive. And I've got 10 drives in this. Well, 10 with the M2. Right? And all of them are super dated to the point where they could fuck out at any moment. A couple of months ago, one of them sorry about that noise. Like, so this is all my drives, right? They're all doing semi-okay. That's, oh, I can't stretch it up. But, so this is, what is, oh, this would be the M2. Right, so, you've got drives that have got 20,000 hours, 35, 51, 69, nice, 65. These are old fucking drives. You know what I mean? And to replace them would not, these two are the drive. This is one of the drives I've got games on. 49,000 hours. That one's actually fucked. You know what I mean? This is really, really messy drive setup. But it's like, oh yeah, you should get them into you should get a NAS and run them in like RAID. And it's like, do you know how much a fucking RAID box is? Like, it's like he has no concept of money. Because we're not in the same financials. It's like the we are not the same meme. Like, that's basically what it is between us. Like, he doesn't understand that I basically have no money each month. I live on, like, once I've paid out everything I need to pay out, I've got less than 100 quid to live on for a whole month. Right? That is not enough. Like, that barely covers my food and tobacco and my horrible, horrible smoking habit. Which isn't really that horrible because it's probably the only thing stopping me from going insane. But yeah, no, it's just it just bothers me when people are talking about how much things do and don't cost, and there are people who don't have the slightest clue about, you know how other, like, it's like you know, like if somebody's on Twitter talking about psychological problems, and then somebody else will come on and go, well, you know, my dad had both his legs amputated, and it's like, those are not the same thing. You're comparing two completely different things. I live in one of the most expensive parts of the US right now, so the good money I make doesn't mean much. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is it's... like, again, I'm not going to berate... Oh, fuck. Yeah, fire hurts. I forgot about that. I'm not going to berate anybody who is capable of sort of spending whatever they want, whenever they want. But, you know, it's one of those things that it's like, okay, but yeah, cool, but like, keep it the fuck away from me because I can't. That's not my life. I mean, it's like, I was in a stream with an American streamer the other day, right? And they were talking about how, I think they walked out of their job because some shit had gone down, right? And then, with somebody who's like me, who's sort of always there, but he always gifts a bunch of subs, right? And I'm like, well, that's, you know, like, it helps out with a bit of financial, not dependency. What was the fucking word I used? It was like, it's helping financially, right? Now, from what I understand, 5 gifted subs is about a tenner, or $10, right? That's how much a streamer gets, right? And I was saying that even though it's only $10, right? That is still food, you know, like it's still $10 they don't have to worry about, basically. You know, how many days of food is $10? Like, seriously, I need to know. Because I don't want to sound like what's it called? Because I mean, it's kind of a touchy subject for me because I've been literally homeless. I've slept on a park bench. And, like, I've been in positions where I've had to make £10 last a whole week of food. You know, like, I've lived on diets of noodles and biscuits and bread. You know, I've lived on atrocious diets that, you know, like, basically it's sort of a subhuman diet. Yeah, so... Oh, okay, that's... that's... But, like, hypothetically, could $10 last more than one day? Actually, this is a dumb line of questioning. I don't know where I'm going with this point anyway. Oh, yeah, so... Yeah, like, that's what I mean. So, like, okay, so maybe it's not the best example, but still, if somebody's... Fuck! There was one behind me. That's why I was getting hit. But yeah, no, if somebody's gifting 5 subs, then that's about $10, right? And I mean, that's still $10 that that person does not have to worry about. You know? I made the joke to my mum the other night that I was in... Oh, was it Shy Lily's stream? No, it was, who did the subathon? Yuria. I was in Yuria's stream, and there was somebody who donated 200 subs. Right, that's a fuck ton of subs. Hold on, let me get my phone so I can do the math on exactly how much that is. Right, hold on. Well, I always forget the fucking pin on this. Right, so 200 times, let's say $2. I think, I think a single sub is $4. So that's $400 from 200 subs. I should have been able to do that in my head. But that's so much. Like, and I was making the joke that one day I'll have people come in and donate like 200 subs. And it's like, holy fuck, I'll be set for... Like, because for me, £10, I can do a week shopping on a tenner. You get a loaf of bread, you get some butter, you get some noodles, and that's it. You know, I don't actually live like that anymore. Like, I have been in positions where that's been the case, but when I did her subathon, I watched her make my monthly in a day. Yeah, that's it. It's actually insane. Oh, I need more for that. Okay. Okay, let's just get some of these upgrades here. I barely even use this one because it wastes so much ammo, but yeah, that's the thing is, you know, they have audiences that are that dedicated and, you know, like, whatever, that they can get away with doing that kind of thing. But I feel, right now, like, I feel guilty even thinking about doing a subathon. You know what I mean? Like, I was, for my birthday stream, I was honestly going to consider doing a subathon. But because I'm British, like we have a sort of tendency to go, actually, maybe not, you know, sort of thing. Because it's like I don't feel like I deserve that kind of, you know, what's it called, from people. At least not yet. I haven't done anything that's like properly deserving of people's money, especially right now when the world is as it is, where everything is fucked. You put the work in, you deserve it. But yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing, is it's hard to say, like, I don't know, it's just weird for me to even consider, because, like, so when I was literally homeless, somebody set up a GoFundMe, right, so I could get a deposit and the first, like, 3 months rent sorted out, right, because landlords never refuse that sort of as a deal. Right, if you say to them, I've got deposit and first 3 months rent, they'll give you that place. Right? And it was literally to get me off park bench. Right? And at the time I told him, take it down. I don't want to beg for people's money on the internet. You know, if I'm gonna be given money, I want to have earned it. You know, I want to deserve it effectively. I don't want it I don't want anything for free. That's the thing, is I worked for a fucking long time, and I'll be honest, I fucking hated it. But yeah, it's why I want to be able to stream, like, you know, all day, every day, basically, because then I will feel deserving of it, basically, you know. Because then it'll be like, well, I'll put all the effort in, you know. And, you know, this is, you know, the reward. It feels weird even talking about it, it's so strange. I also have so much respect for YouTube and small streamers who are on the indie grind set. Yeah. I mean, it must be that much harder as well. Like, especially for those who have lofty aspirations. Like, when I... Fuck. Sorry, I had to cough. Like, when I first started doing VTubing, I didn't take it seriously. Like, I've been in content creation for 10 years, and because of that, and like a lack of overall success, I didn't honestly think it was going to be something I'd stick to. And then I got my first follower. And then I got my first 10th follower. You know, and then, what was it? I think it was only like the 6th of this month, I got my 50th follower. You know, and then I applied for affiliate, which used to be a lot harder. You know, and I was accepted for affiliate. You know, and now it's like, well, I guess I really do have to take this seriously. You know, I have so much fucking respect for people who's, I don't know, I think it's like making the game harder for yourself if you start out hoping or expecting to be, you know, the next big thing sort of deal. Because it's like a lot of different things online where there are already a lot of people doing it. There are people who have been at it a lot longer, and obviously there's a lot to learn. But when it comes to just doing it for a laugh and then maybe trying to do something out of it, eliminate all targets. Health levels are critical. Okay. You know, it's one of those big what the fuck just happened? Right cache locally. The game crashed. Doom crashed. VTubing is no longer the niche thing it was. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing about it, realistically, is that when iChan was doing it, it was her and the annoying orange. And that was all the VTubers you had. You know. And nowadays, there's so many people doing it, and it's really, really hard to break into. Like, there's another VTuber I've been talking to who finds a lot of things in the community very frustrating, and like, while I'm not affected by those things in exactly the same way, it is still like there are things that I look at and I go, yeah, no, that's completely fucked. One of the most recent ones was the Just Sleeping streams, where people will have over 1,000 viewers and they're not doing anything. I've only been in one Just Sleeping stream, and that was only because, well, no, I'll be serious. I won't say exactly who the streamer was, but I was in there. So they did a 26-hour stream. 8 of those hours were them sleeping, right? And I was there for 19 hours, and I got VIP out of it. So, worth it. But no, that's only because I genuinely cared about the content creator, and I was still in other streams at the same time. I wasn't just, But it's when 1,000 people are watching that streamer while they just do nothing but sleep. It just really is. It's a bit scummy, especially when it's like. I mean, I think if I check my, I think it's my possible raid list. Yeah, so Bao is currently only sleeping with 2.2 thousand people viewing. Right? No. No, 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 no. We have issues. That's a real problem. No, no, no. Oh, this is really, really bad. Cheers. Okay. There goes the graphic driver. Maybe it will fix itself.